All right, everybody. Welcome to the Aftertaste. If you just watched the uh, episode 5 of the Spicy Salsa podcast, then welcome. If you are just hopping into this video, then welcome too. So, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened on September 13th. So, this was just 3 days ago prior to this recording. And I'm not going to go through everything because there was a lot that they announced. It's like a 40, well, I'm looking at it right now, 46-minute basically Nintendo Direct. But let's get started. So first we got Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon news. There's a Pokemon called Necrozma. He can now fuse, kind of like with Pokemon Black and White, you had Kyurem, and how he could fuse with Zekrom and Reshiram to have his own little forms with those legendary Pokemon. This Necrozma does the same thing, but with Lunala, the Pokemon Moon legendary, and Solagia. Is that his name? And there's new maps in the game, new areas, which I like. New map areas, such as they showed off like a beach where surfers hang out, and there was like this little Pikachu playing grounds kind of area. There's a couple new Ultra Beasts, so look out for that in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think that helps the game a little bit because when they announced Ultra Sun and Moon, I was kind of like, okay, well, I just got through the last one. It was a little too soon. I'm actually getting a little burnt out with Pokemon, the traditional games, honestly, because they do like one like every year now, and I wish it was just one every couple years. It's a little too much for me personally. Then we got we're getting a re-release of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I think I couldn't tell, but it looked to me like this was a downloadable game. Well, it's got to be. It's a Game Boy Advance game, so that wouldn't make sense if it wasn't. So, yeah, and that's gonna have some new features. They have a little new mode where you can play from the perspective of Bowser's minions, so that's interesting. I wanted to bring that up because I remember playing Mario Luigi Superstar Saga on the Game Boy Advance when I was a little kid, and I really liked it. I haven't played it since because it's kind of expensive and hard to find. So, that I'm looking forward to that coming back. We've got Minecraft coming to the 3DS, which for a long time I've been saying I'm surprised it's not on it. It's finally coming. Obviously, the graphics and things look a little downgraded, but that's okay. I mean, it's got the portability. It does kind of make me wonder, like, wow, they waited all the way, though, until the Switch is already out, and it's already on the Switch, so you can download Minecraft right now, but there's not going to be a physical version for a little while. There was a Kirby game. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just throwing it out there. Kirby, like, Battle Royale. It looked, okay, I guess. Mario Party Top 100. I actually really like this idea because buying all the Mario Party games, like, they got old really fast, and some of the newer ones aren't as good as the older ones. I really like the GameCube ones. Those are the ones I grew up with personally. I know a lot of people like Nintendo 64 ones, so I think having a collaboration with all the best mini games from the Mario Party games is a really good idea, because it helps relive some of the past ones. We don't know what the board, or like if there's gonna be boards or whatever. I would really like it if they actually brought like maps from all the different Mario Party games in the game. That'd be really cool. I remember, I can't remember which GameCube one it was. Like Mario Party 6 or 7 had like the map from Luigi's Mansion. It had Professor Egad on it. I remember really liking that. So that'd be kind of neat. I don't think that's what they're going for, but nonetheless, it looks really good. I'm looking forward to playing some of the GameCube mini games again. Some Atlas games are coming. We have The Alliance Alive, which looked pretty interesting. Strange Journey Redux, which a lot of people really liked the Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey game. That was one of those games I was talking about in my episode 5 podcast, how there was a lot of people who are like, Strange Journey deserves a sequel. Why is Persona getting sequels? That's one of them. People really like that game. We've got Radiant Historia, The Perfect Chronology, which I never got to play Radiant Historia when that came out. The first one, I remember I had it pre-ordered. I had to cancel it because of money. So I might actually get this one. I think there's two, right? Um I think this might. I don't know if is this just a remake of the first two games. Somebody have to let me know on that, or like if it's a re-release just with both of them in it. There's a special edition for that, and I really like the special editions with art books. So it has. I think it had decals. I don't know if this one had an art book, but it still looked like a neat little special edition. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which was a game that I didn't necessarily plan on getting, but now I might, because there was a special edition for that too, and that had like a did they say 200 page? It was either 100. 200 sounds absurd, but maybe it was a 200 page art book with that special edition. I hope I can get my hands on it. The Nintendo ones are harder to pre-order and stuff because they don't make as many, and I think they had the soundtrack with that, a metal case or whatever. So I didn't originally plan on getting it. I might when they showed it off at the thing. Like I really like the way the worlds look and the feel and the vibe I get from it. Battle system looks interesting. I've never played the first Xenoblade, and I never played any of the what are the Gears games or whatever. But so this might be my first. I haven't quite decided, but I think I might get it. We got an announcement that Lynn is coming to Fire Emblem Warriors, which I think is awesome because Lynn's game was the second Fire Emblem game I ever played, and I really like. I like her. A lot of people like her. She's one of the most famous Fire Emblem characters, so it's neat that she's coming. I thought it was interesting. They gave her jiggle physics too, like the Dead or Alive style, because I think it's being made by the people who make. Wait, who made Hyrule Warriors? Or yeah, just Hyrule Warriors. I can't even remember. Let me look that up. Hyrule Warrior. Because I know that like I just find it interesting that. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's Koei Tecmo or Team Ninja and Omega Force. Okay, because I knew like it had like the Dynasty Warriors team behind it, but it also had Team Ninja is what I was thinking of, because they did the Dead or Alive games, and I thought that was interesting. They did that to the Nintendo character. I didn't play a lot of Hyrule Warriors, so I don't think they like did that to Zelda or anything. Did they like, but I mean, whatever, sex appeal, Fire Emblem. I mean, there's some sex appeal in Fire Emblem anyways, so. But yeah, anyway, so we have Nintendo arcade games coming to the virtual console, which I think is really neat. I don't know how many people will be interested in these, but I think that it's a very good idea just to have the option of playing those arcade games available. I was like watching on Cinemassacre, I was watching Mike and Ryan talk about it, and they were kind of wondering like, will people be interested in these who didn't play those arcade games? And then Mike also brought up the fact that he just prefers to play it on the machine. But my response to that, I guess, is that like, yeah, well, first of all, really young kids might not care. But I think that plenty of people will play these regardless, and also there's not a lot of arcades around. Like I know they can get to them, but like for me, like where I live, I've never even seen a real actual arcade in my lifetime. I've seen like some places that have like 3 or 4 machines, but I've never seen an actual arcade. I think we actually have one in the town I live in now, but I haven't been there yet. I'll have to check it out sometime. But no, I think this is a really smart idea. Actually, I think that one deserves more credit. Just to have the option available. One of the bigger surprises to a lot of people, I guess personally I wasn't that surprised, but it seems like everyone else was that Doom and Wolfenstein 2 are coming, and like the new Doom game to the Nintendo Switch. I think that's really awesome too. I still haven't played the new Doom. I really want to. I should get it soon. It's probably on sale pretty cheap. Wolfenstein 2 looks pretty good. Haven't played that or the first one. So, and then we got Project Octopath Traveler. I hope I wrote that down correctly. It's just a weird name. That looks really good, actually. I'm pretty intrigued by that one. You've got like 8 different characters, and they all kind of like do different things. It kind of reminds me of Odin Sphere, how you play through the story of like a different character. Except in Odin Sphere, you don't pick your character, um, but I'm trying to think. Or like Muramasa Rebirth has that, where you can choose between one of the two characters, and they each have their own story, but it's all just this in one world. And depending on which character you pick, not only is their story entirely different, but they do different things and have different abilities. And it's Square Enix. That's the part that worries me, because Square Enix, not that they make bad games, but in recent years I felt like they've been the one of the biggest perpetrators of, or one of the biggest uh, examples of like people are like, I'm getting sick of these JRPGs. A lot of those generic JRPGs come from them. They're not bad games, they're just kind of the same. But this one does look different enough. I'll have to see some more of it. Hopefully it turns out really good, because I actually thought this looked really good. And then of course we've got Mario Odyssey. Showed off some new things. Showed off a camera feature that looks really, it looks nice. It's hard to, I mean, it's just, it's whatever, I guess, but it was fun to do it in the Wind Waker HD remake. I'm sure it'll be fun to do it in this game. They showed off some new little worlds that looked really neat. Some new transformations. Like, my God, there's so many transformations that you can do in this game. They gave us some more story details. I like how there's a little hat trying to get his little girlfriend hat back, which is she's a tiara. I thought that, I really like that. It was clever and adorable or whatever. So that's why they're teaming up to stop Bowser, because Tiara is with Bowser or whatever. So, anyways, that does it for the Aftertaste. Tell me your thoughts on anything that maybe I didn't mention at the Nintendo Direct, like the Kirby games that they mentioned Metroid 2, which I didn't mention. I mean, that's coming out. It came out yesterday as of this recording, so I didn't bring that up. Or anything that I did mention, and what are you excited to see coming forward from Nintendo? This was a very good Nintendo Direct, by the way. I didn't see a lot of people complaining at the end, how they usually do, like, oh, it was boring, what a waste of time, they hyped us up for no reason. There was a lot here. It was a very good Nintendo Direct. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you didn't watch the episode 5 of the Spicy Salsa podcast, go check that out. And if you want to check out our Let's Plays, I highly recommend checking out the Yakuza one right now. And I'm uploading the WWE ones. That was like the most fun I've had recording so far with any game. So check that one out too. And we will be recording more Nintendo games in the future as well. So if you're here for the Nintendo aspect, then subscribe for that. So thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time.